The biggest night in local high school football for the past several years, and we have got it covered for you here on Fox 10. Throughout the next half hour, live reports from across the state as our local teams hope to continue to dominate the playoffs. Welcome into what should be an incredible evening here on First and 10. I'm Joe Emer. We have moved on to the quarterfinals and in Class 7A, the semifinals. I said it earlier tonight and I'll say it again. In my 8 years of doing the show, I can't recall ever having this many local teams still playing. Incredibly, 9 high schools in our viewing area still alive in the playoffs, a couple of those facing each other, so 9 teams, 7 games. Kicking things off in Class 6A, Fox 10's own Rudy Harper and Hal Sherrick traveling 3+ hours north tonight. Rudy is with Spanish Fort in McCalla. Hal is with Saraland in Tuscaloosa. And we'll start things off with the back-to-back state champion Toros and our rookie, Rudy Harper, making his First and 10 debut tonight. And Rudy, what an incredible game you got to witness.
It was a nail-biter. Plain and simple, it was really a nail-biter. It just ended right now. The score 21-24. You see the players right now shaking hands. This came down to the final seconds. I want to roll to the first half highlights first, and then I'll tell you about this second half. She said this, he said that. Smack talk continued to the field as both teams held signs before the first kickoff. And here we go. The Toros didn't waste any time before getting on the board. Quarterback Javon Brown connected with number 2, Christian Cotton, for a quick 6 points. The extra kick was good, but the Yellow Jackets quickly answered by getting down the field to the 1-yard line. And quarterback Jordan Jones says, "I'll just take it in myself." The score was tied after the first quarter, 7-7. But before going back to the locker room, Brown finds number 10, Ladero Wu Petway. He'll take this one to the house without being touched. All right, and you know, I consider this game, I didn't waste any time. You don't waste any time in this game. I'll tell you, at halftime it was 7-14. The Spanish Fort was leading, but the Yellow Jackets came out right away and put some points on the board. As you see them right now, they're celebrating in the middle of the field. It looks like they're praying, but after the Yellow Jackets tied it up 14-14, again, the Toros didn't waste any time by putting up some more points on the board. Then it was 14-21. There was an interception there by the Toros, but the Yellow Jackets got back the ball and came down and scored another touchdown to tie it up 21-21. Again, this game was, I didn't waste any time, but just seconds ago, the Toros kicked a field goal to win this game. The score 21-24. They actually just took it off the scoreboard here. But again, they won the game with 2.8 seconds left on the clock. 24-21. Such a nail-biting game. I mean, it's cool out here, but I mean, if you were watching this game, you were heated up the whole time. Joe?
A good use of words there, Rudy, and I know we're going to try to get an interview with the coach and perhaps the quarterback of this, really the star of the Toros, who took over halfway through the season and has led them this far.
He really did. You know, their main quarterback was hurt this year. Got hurt. He won 20 straight games. He suffered a knee injury. Some guy's excited over here. And he was out, and, you know, the junior quarterback came in and, you know, kind of rescued this team, and he had a great night tonight.
All right, an incredible finish. Rudy, we'll try to check back in with you in just a little while. Well, last week here on First and 10, we were the only local TV station to capture Saraland's amazing goal line defensive stand that propelled them into the quarterfinals. Hal Sherrick was there live for that one, and he is with the Spartans again as they travel to Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa. Hal, another great game tonight.
I'm going to tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this, Joe. I mean, it was a beautiful night for high school football. 2 great teams going at it, slugging it out. And, you know, this is round 3. That's what you expect in high school football. When you get to the 3rd round, you better have your P's and Q's together. And both these teams did a tremendous job. Of course, Saraland coming in here with an 11-1 record. Hillcrest, a 9-3 record. A couple close losses early in the year with that record, but you know, the stands were full here tonight. I mean, Saraland brought the house with them. This place was packed across the way on the home side. I mean, this town turned out to support their team. Saraland made the 4-hour ride to support their team. And hey, I was hoping for a big win by Saraland for my birthday present today. But let's take a look at the first half highlights, tell you how we got to where we are right now. It was a perfect night for football in Tuscaloosa, and the Spartan fans showed up in force. Hillcrest would quiet the Saraland faithful, though, as the Patriots strike first. Senior quarterback Chad Wyatt drops back and finds Cole Frederick open from 18 yards out for the early score. With just over a minute left in the first, Saraland's Chris Weaver would answer. He keeps the ball and finds his way in from 16 yards out to tie the game at 7. Saraland would take the lead midway through the second quarter with this 11-yard run from Javante Williams. Hillcrest would bounce right back, though. Next possession, it was Cole Frederick again. This time he takes it in from the 6-yard line to tie the game back up. But check this out. 15 seconds later, Chris Weaver drops back and airs this one out. And who's waiting on it? Velus Jones is there to reel it in for a great 39-yard TD reception, and that would put Saraland up 21-14 over Hillcrest at the half.
Final score in this one, guys, Saraland 35, Hillcrest 20. Big win for the Spartans tonight. Second week in a row on the road, bringing the house with them. I'm going to tell you what, great finish here tonight. And joining me right now is Coach Jeff Kelly with the Saraland Spartans. Coach, you told me earlier today that you needed to put the Spartan game back together in action, and I think that's what we saw tonight.
You know, it wasn't real fancy. We challenged our guys up front to do it, come out this week and assert themselves a little bit, and I'm so proud of our offensive linemen and our backs for the job they did running the football. I don't know what our numbers were and don't care. They just did enough to control the game tonight, and I'm proud of our defense for coming out in the second half, making some adjustments, and coming out and shutting those guys down in the second half.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations. And right now I'm going to bring in another star of this game. This is Chris Weaver, senior quarterback for the Saraland Spartans. Chris, what a game you've had. A bunch of games this year, to be honest with you, but running the ball in, throwing the ball in, talk about this team and the effort they put out.
Well, I mean, last week, you know, we had to get back to basics as far as what we did last week. Got to establish the run, and then the pass will open up. And, I mean, that's what Coach was emphasizing this week. And, I mean, that's just what we did. I mean, we ran, and then, you know, threw over top, and it worked. I mean, so.
Well, congratulations to you. Another big win. Be safe on the way home. It looks like you'll be beating those Spanish Toros again. Well, that's what it looks like from here, guys. I mean, just a great celebration. Great celebration. You saw the video of this team and this crowd just that's standing behind this new program. They're going the direction they want, and that's all the way to state, looks like. So anyway, I couldn't have asked for a better night of football myself, and great win for the Spartans once again. So with that, I'm going to throw it back to you in the studio, Joe.
All right, and Hal, I'm going to give you your birthday present live on the air. Next week, instead of having to drive 4 hours north across the state, we're going to have you cover that Saraland Spanish Fort game right here close to home, buddy.
Sounds great, Joe. Thank you so much.
I knew he'd like that. All right, Hal's done great work all season long, and everybody is excited about that. So let's go back to September 19th. That's when Spanish Fort and Saraland met in the regular season. In the second quarter, Toro quarterback Tyler Johnston, who went down with a season-ending knee injury late in this game, punched in a quarterback sneak to put Spanish Fort up 7-0. But Saraland responded right before half with a Christopher Weaver touchdown pass to tie it at 7. Spanish Fort would score 3 more times in the second half and hold on to win 28-13. So now let's look at the rematch. Coming into tonight, Saraland averaging a little more than 38 points a game. Spanish Fort right at 34 points a game. On the defensive side, the Spartans are giving up just under 13 points a game. The Toros giving up 11 points per game. So you can see not much difference in these two teams. Both teams have just one loss this year. Spanish Fort lost to Daphne. So this one next week could be a game for the ages. We'll have it all for you right here on First and 10. Still to come, 3 of the 4 5A quarterfinalists are local teams. Highlights from Jackson, as well as the matchup of BC Reign versus St. Paul's. Up next, the only semifinal game of the night, Prattville at Foley. Winner is headed to the Super 7. You're watching First and 10.